my name is Hydo, the fun edition, and welcome to A Few Cards Short, the show where we're going to be picking cards, our top picks, with a little bit of a condition each time. So today, we're going to be picking the most fun cards, so please join me and let's have a go at Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Ooh. So here, we're going to be picking the top cards, but not particularly the most powerful, just sort of the easiest and funnest direction that we can go in. So, number one, we've got Eyes of the Beholder. Excellent removal spell. If this was going to be our top pick, I'd enjoy it, Target creature gets minus 11 until end of turn for 6 mana. Excellent removal spell. Pretty expensive, but it is an instant. But is it very fun? Is killing your opponent's things fun? Well, yeah, it is, to be honest, but that's not particularly the direction we want to go with. So this, we'll put it in the maybe pile. Then we've got a +2 mace. 2 mana for an equipment. A quick creature gets +2/+2. Equip for 3. Mace is not that fun, We'll put it to one side for now. See you later. Clever Kundra. 3 mana for a gnome wizard. Mage hand. Tap. Untap target permanent not named Clever Kundra. Activate. Only as a sorcery. It's a 2/3. So, gnomes, gnome wizards, they're pretty fun, aren't they? Slightly wacky, that's what you want to go in for with this sort of thing. And we can build sort of a cool deck. It's blue ramp, we can untap lands and stuff like that. So I quite like this card. It's quite good. So we'll keep it to one side. Then we've got a Valor Singer. 3 mana for Tiefling Bard. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +1/+0 till end of turn. It's a 2/3. And a tiefling, I think it's like a devil goat sort of thing. And it's a bard, it's singing. Looks like it's maybe got some... What the hell is that in its hand? What the hell is that? I have no idea what that is. But, pretty festive. Is it interesting? Nah, put it to one side. We're not interested in that. Which brings me on to Scaled Herbalist. 2 mana for a Lizard Druid. 1/3, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Lizard Druid, you're winning me over here, Magic. That's quite a cool little combination. Who doesn't like a lizard? A lizard wizard. So, this is pretty good, Lizard Druid. Put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. Okay, nice bit of ramp, potentially. Could actually lead to a decent deck, so I'm going to keep this one around, it's alright. Which brings me on to Fate's Reversal. 2 mana for a sorcery. Return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Venture into the dungeon. So the dungeon mechanic, quite flavorful, not particularly fun, I would say. It's interesting and it can be quite powerful. Is it fun? Well, if you're going down that sort of thing, does it compare with a gnome wizard or a lizard druid? I personally don't think so. And the actual effect on the card that's printed is a big thumbs down. So that brings me on to Celestial Unicorn. No, not Guardians of Faith. Please pick up my unicorn. Oh, Christ. No, it's all gone Pete Tong. Celestial Unicorn, 3 mana for a 3/2. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Celestial Unicorn. Pretty good. Unicorns, are they fun? Not in my opinion. Maybe in some, cartoony sort of world. So that's gone the way of the dodo. Which brings me to your ambushed on a road. 1 mana for an instant. Choose one. Make a retreat. Return target creature you control to its owner's hand. Or stand and fight. Target creature gets +1/+3 until end of turn. I personally really like these choice cards. I love it when you have a choice of what to do with a card. I built an entire cube around this. Cycling is always a choice. Do you play it as a creature or do you cycle it away? I love those sorts of things in Magic. So this is a really cool card and quite powerful. Protecting one of your enter the battlefield effect creatures can be pretty good. But is it fun? No. No, it is not. So that can go away. Which brings me on to Improvised Weaponry. 3 mana for a sorcery. It deals 2 damage to any target. Creates a treasure token. Now, I actually quite like the sort of theme of this. She's using a long sort of staff, maybe a bit of treasure to kill this monster thing. Sorry if I've offended anyone there. I do not know what the monster thing is called. But I like the sort of theme of it, you know, improvised weaponry, sort of cool, you know, it makes you think you're a scrappy fighter, you know, swinging whatever you can get, attacking, that sort of thing. It's really quite a cool idea, and it is removable, so in terms of gameplay, you know, it's all right. Making a treasure as well can lead you into a couple of treasure sort of themes as well, so pretty good card. I'm going to keep this one around, which brings me on to Ranger's Hawk. Power Ranger's Hawk. 1 mana for a bird. It's got flying and pay 3. Tap another untapped creature you control. Venture into the dungeon. Really, really quite good. You know, 1 mana, 1/1 fly. Always good. You know, a nice bit of evasion. Can really get in there, chip away at the life tools. And the ability to constantly venture into the dungeon is also very powerful. But is this fun? I mean, it's, you know, the artwork's pretty bland. It's not something, you know, you'd be excited to sort of play. So, nah. Gonna get rid of it. Which brings us on to our uncommons. And in our uncommons, we've got Lightfoot Rogue. 2 mana for a halfling rogue. Whenever it attacks, roll a d20. 1 to 9, it gains death touch until end of turn. 10 to 19, it gets +1/+0 and gains death touch until end of turn. Natural 20, it gets 3/0 and gains first strike and death touch until end of turn. So this, to me, is quite a fun little card. You know, the randomness does lead to fun situations. If you're going in for fun, you know, you're not bothered about random sort of effects. It doesn't matter. You roll that d20. Oh, you know, I got a... Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. A 9. So I would only get death touch. How incredibly depressing. So this is a fun little effect. You know, if you're trying to have fun, this is the sort of card I'd go for. Really, really nice. And it's quite powerful in itself. A 2 mana 2/1 by itself is pretty good. And we're going to be rolling lots of dice. Potentially it could be a 5/1 with first strike and death touch. Really, really awesome. So this card definitely going in for the fun pick. Then brings me to flying. 1 mana for an aura. Enchanted creature has flying. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, venture into the dungeon. This is a pretty goddamn good card. You know, constantly venturing into the dungeon gets you a nice bit of advantage, you know, constantly sort of getting through there. Lots of good stuff going on. But is it fun? Well, no. Really, really nice name, you know, just fly by itself. That's pretty goddamn cool. But I'm going to say it's not all that fun, really. So that can go over there. That brings me on to Black Dragon. 7 mana for a 4/4 with flying and acid breath. When it enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -3 until end of turn. Okay, pretty goddamn good card. 7 mana, nice, you know, game ender, 4/4 flyer, always good. And it's a removal spell when it comes in. That's a nice 2-for-1 if ever I've seen it. So a really valuable card to have. But if you're into dragons, I could see that, you know, it's really quite fun if you're big into your dragons. But it just doesn't do it for me, you know. It's just not all that exciting, so we're gone. Which brings me on to Meteor Swan. Oh god, it's flickering between all different types of it. Triple red and X. It deals 8 damage, divided as you choose among X target creatures and or planeswalkers. That is a very efficient spell. It's very powerful. Really, really good removal spell, but it's not fun. We're not going to be first picking this. It doesn't get my excitement going, you know. If I wanted to win, yeah, I'd probably take it. Although triple red, pretty hard to sort of, you know, guarantee getting that. So, it's going to go over there. Then we've got a mountain. Quite cool. Nice bit of flavor text. And the artwork's lovely. And finally, Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which, you know, sounds incredibly fun, doesn't it? So, these are my top 5 cards. We've got to whittle it down to 3. So I think Lightfoot Rogue, definitely we're going to be keeping this. Absolutely great card. Really, really fun. That can go over there. Then, what have we got? Eyes of the Beholder. It's just a removal spell. It's not fun. That can go the way of the dodo. And then, out of these 3, what is more fun? Well, we've got a gnome with sort of a celestial grasp, sort of grabbing a thing, you know, pouring a pint of beer, or potentially driving a little truck. Then we've got a woman hitting something with a metal rod, which, you know, now that I actually think about it, doesn't sound all that fun. Yeah, it's a bit sinister, actually. And we've got a scaled herbalist. It's a lizard druid, you know, pretty good. Nice bit of artwork. Really, really like the claws on his sort of like his pauldrons coming off there. It's nice. It's nice. I think, all things considered, improvised weaponry is a more fun card. It's more interesting. And the gnome, it's just a gnome. That's all it is. You know, we've had gnomes before in the past. So these are my top 3. So please come and join me as we pick the top 1 in a rather sinister manner. Enjoy. That's right, today, our mighty opponent, the Stapler. But first, let's, randomise these cards. We don't want to destroy all 3. And let's pick out 2, which are gonna get it. And 1 will reign victorious over the land. So, without further ado, let the carnage commence. So, let's have a look if I've destroyed anything good. I don't particularly think I have, but, staples are quite destructive. So, without further ado, here is our winning card. Let's have a look at the cards we've stapled into oblivion. Oh dear, the improvised weaponry, which, is a subtitle for this series. I'm just going around creating absolute carnage with small pieces of household stuff. So, there you go. There's the first card, or improvised weaponry. The sleeve playable as ever. Let's have a look at the next one. Oh, carnage. So it's the scaled herbalist. Not a winner, sadly. The lizard druid, he just got it. He's keeping a small flannel over his face to hide his shame. And that means that our winner is the Lightfoot Rogue. 2 mana 2/1 with sneak attack. Whenever it attacks, roll a d20. 1 to 9 against Death Touch on its turn. 10 to 19, it gets +1 so against Death Touch on its turn. And 20, it gets +3 so against First Strike and Death Touch. So, a really good card. I've managed to successfully not destroy a uncommon. Hooray! Well done for me in every conceivable manner. So, thank you very much for watching. If you like this, please do like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how horrendous it was. And join me as I delve deeper into this set. And, next is Modern Horizons 2, so I'm going to destroy some money, which is always fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.